All right, assignment 3, experiential report. This is a really practical way to take the information that we're going to be looking at around classroom management, around instructional design, around assessment and standardized testing, and really bring it into the classroom. So let's have a jump. Let's jump into the rationale. So the aim of this assignment is to provide you with the opportunity to connect educational psychology theory research with praxis, what's going on out there, around the concepts of classroom management, instructional design, assessment, or standardized testing. Having the ability to weave research and practice together will be essential to you as a teacher as you strive to navigate the educational world. So basically, all of these research skills that you are learning now and next year and the next year and all throughout your degree are going to be your foundation for what you do as a teacher all the time. So if you get into a situation in teaching and you go, I actually don't know how to remedy this. This is an interesting quandary. You will have the research skills to be able to go to actual sources that are reputable and have some research background or research backing, and you won't just sort of follow every Twitter person who has an opinion, right? So this is again kind of bringing what we're going to do in class, connecting it to praxis, and allowing you to show your understanding in a bit more of a creative manner. So let's look at the assignment. So the assignment is using course content and course readings as a foundation, answer the question asked by a teacher in your life. So you are going to find a teacher in your life. It can be your practicum teacher, it can be a family member, if your mom or your dad or your sister, your brother, or your friend. If you have a teacher in your life, you absolutely can ask them one of the following topics, something around classroom management, instructional design, assessment, or standardized testing. So you will act as this teacher's research assistant and provide research-based answers to his or her question. So you might go up to, if your mom's a teacher, and say, Mom, what are you wondering about around assessment and how, and I will research it for you. And then you're going to actually send it back to them as research that you have found for them. So you can use Canva, PowerPoint, or any other online tool that will support your research with text and visuals. Okay, so I want you to start to connect the visual and all of the amazing information that is out there, and graphs and pictures and just that whole visual part of it. And this is important. This should not be written as a formal academic paper. There are other times to write formal academic papers, absolutely. But this one, I want it for you to start to use some of these tools, as well as start to see how you can research and then portray that in a really usable manner. So this is not a written essay. You do, however, have to use proper APA citations are required for any text that you take from another source and all your visuals. And I've given you a link at the bottom where you can see how to do those visuals. And then you'll send your research to the teacher at the completion of the assignment, which is actually really makes it real world, that somebody else other than me and you are going to actually see this and use this. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to do like a 2 to 3 page practical resource for classroom teaching, including brief synopsis of the issue posed. So say somebody says, I don't actually know why we are still using standardized testing. So then you would flesh out that particular issue. You're going to give a brief description addressing the issue based on research. So then you would say, according to research, these are the pros of using standardized testing, and these are the cons of using standardized testing. You're going to bold key educational terms, things like standardized testing, formative assessment, summative assessment. Those kind of things should be bold so that when your teacher friend or family member looks at it, they will see those keywords. I want you to use 2 to 4 pictures, graphs, visuals connected to solving the issue, and these need to be referenced both in text and on the reference list. And then I want you to have 2 to 4 websites linked, so link it for further reading. And again, these need to be included in assignment and in references, but they do not count towards your 3 academic sources. Then I want you to find at least 3 academic sources. Any course content is acceptable, and these sources need to be included in the in-text and reference list. So you are going to be the busy research assistant and actually come up with what is out there around research around these particular issues. Here is your citation formatting. So use the APA guide from the MHC library and there's the link. And for visuals, use the adapted APA formatting at this particular one. Actually, I'm going to come back to that. So basically then, again, have a look through the rubric. It's basically what was just described, but then you can see exactly your grade there. While we're here, just have a look at this. So this is APA 7 now. We used to use APA 6. It just was the 6th edition. Now we're into the 7th edition. And basically what this little guide is really comprehensive. I would just use this. Don't get bogged down in other APA guides. So basically this guide gives you a little bit of a, what is this? What's an in-text citation? If you're like, I don't even know what an in-text citation is, here it gives you a little bit of a definition, what's a reference, and then it gives you what kind of resource are you using? Are you using a journal article with a DOI? Are you using a journal article from a library database? Are you using a journal article from internet search? And then what happens is every citation format that is a little bit different depending on what kind of article you have. I like to follow this particularly. Sometimes I find that makes more sense because you can just follow along. All of the specifics, like this is a period, this is capitalized the first letter, and then no, and then doesn't capitalize any other letters in the title. Those things are important. They're not hard, but just follow the guideline and everything will be good. Okay? So there's articles, there's web pages. So web page, individuals and author, web page, organization, government report, news website, you have online dictionaries, blog posts, social media, a web page with no author. Oftentimes it's really hard to find the author. So what you want to do is you find your resource and then find the best fit on this particular guide. There is no like, okay, everything that I do is going to be in one format. You have to then look and see, okay, actually this is a web page. I cannot find the author anywhere on it. Then I would use this particular formatting. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back here. Sorry. I want to go back to, I know what happened. I came to here from here. So also this is the guide for your pictures. Now, when you post pictures on Canva or on a PowerPoint, I want you to be referencing those. Please use the adapted APA. So this one here, don't use the straight up APA, use the adapted APA. So if you have picture that you use to help to demonstrate your understanding of the issue is you put a title. Well, you're just going to follow this. There's a figure, you put figure 1, you put a title describing what it is, and then the author and the date. So I would look here where to look for images. These are Creative Commons images, and so you don't have to worry about it being illegal for you to actually use the image. So have a look at this document. It's very concise. It's a great document, and it has probably almost every situation that you're going to come across for visuals. Okay. Hopefully I really, you can ask this question of a teacher friend right away, or you can wait until we've jumped into some of these topics. That's a little bit later in the course. But start to be thinking about what question you want to ask and maybe who you want to ask. But this is a really fun, a little bit more creative assignment, and I hope that you enjoy. All right, take care.